In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Living Cookbook's web services to share recipes with other Living Cookbook users. We've turned recipe sharing into a conversation. It makes recipe sharing easier and a lot more fun. Let's get started. I've already created my web services account, so now I'll connect Living Cookbook to the web server. Once Living Cookbook is connected, you'll see 3 new tree view items under the Home item: Newsfeed, Friends, and Notifications. The Newsfeed is where we can chat with other Living Cookbook users and share recipes. The Newsfeed interface will be familiar if you're a Facebook user. Only your friends, that's people who have accepted your friend requests, can communicate with you using the Newsfeed. My neighbor, John Smith, just sent me a friend request. I'll accept his friend request. Now that we're friends, we can chat and share recipes. So I'll share a recipe with John. Let's start by selecting the recipe. I'll add a short message with the recipe. I can share recipes with all of my Living Cookbook friends or just selected friends. I'll just share this recipe with John. Now I'm ready to share the recipe. So there's my shared recipe. Living Cookbook has included the image, servings, and source information in the Newsfeed post. If the shared recipe has cooking times and comments, they'll get included too. I'll refresh the Newsfeed view to see if there's a response. There's John's reply. In addition to recipes and text, you can also share links and images using the Newsfeed. I'll send John a link to our recipe website. I'll send the link in a reply to this thread. I'll paste the URL for the recipe here. And I'll add another comment. And there's my link. Living Cookbook pulled the recipe image and web page details from the website. Now I'll add an image. And there's my image. John has replied with a recipe of his own. I'll show you some of the things you can do with shared recipes. I'll click on the View link and take a look at the recipe. There's the shared recipe. You can print or print preview the recipe without saving it to your recipe collection. Now I'll save the shared recipe to my own recipe collection. And there's my saved recipe. If John modifies or deletes the original recipe, it won't change my saved copy. Let's go back to the Newsfeed. In addition to sharing individual recipes, you can also use Living Cookbook's collaboration features to share entire cookbooks. I'll ask John to share some more recipes with me. John has shared a cookbook with me. When you share a cookbook with a friend, you can choose what permissions they have. You can control whether they can modify or just view your cookbook. John has given me read-only privileges. I can only read, copy, print, and export the cookbook's recipes. I can't create, edit, move, or delete recipes in this cookbook. Before I can see John's shared cookbook, I need to link to his account. When I link to his account, I'll be able to see all of the cookbooks he shared with me. Now that I've linked to John's account, he appears in my Recipe Navigator tree view. And there are John's recipes. These are his actual recipes, not copies of them. If he changes them, I'll see the changes right away. As you can see, I'm prevented from editing or deleting John's recipes. This concludes the demo video. We hope you enjoy using Living Cookbook's new recipe sharing features.